Hey, what's going on, guys? Beefloodin here with a brand new video today. Today we're going to be talking about a trouble-related build for Vex. A lot of people have been focusing on just Vex solo damage. Sometimes you would see Spectres and Reapers with Vex, but this is going to be a trouble-centered build that utilizes not only the damage of Trouble, but also the support capabilities of Trouble. I do want to make a quick shout out to the person who provided and put this build together. Snow, good job on the build. I'm really happy to be able to highlight it. Make sure to check out the description. You can check out their Mobalytics page. It will highlight the build itself, but you can also do a upvote on it and follow their page on that as well. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the build. This build is absolutely crazy for what it can do. We're going to go ahead and go over through the inventory first, and we'll proceed from there. Now, you can switch out and swap a lot of things around on this build. There are only a few things that I would consider mandatory. The first one that we're going to talk about is the Picton. The Picton is a sniper rifle that rolls purple. It is the highest single damage shot that you can get in the game. It has Jacobs and Torg that is rolled on it. It's highly suggested with Jacobs, but just Torg can work on it too. But if you just get a Jacobs on it, then that's fine. It is a order sniper rifle. You can charge it up to fire multiple rounds at once, which means that the damage that you see will be times by the amount of charges that you charge up with it, which is 9, I believe, or sorry, 6. When you charge it up fully with that, it'll be DPS times however many charges that you're spending at once. You can get the Hot Slugger. The Hot Slugger is always really good. 30% damage for 10 seconds for a maximum of 3 stacks. It's a really good mobbing weapon. And of course, we have a really high damage spread launcher here. This is just for your general purpose boss kills. If you don't want to use the Picton, you can have it so that with the high caliber bullets pierce enemies, you can actually utilize it to hit twice. So you could do the damage and then damage times 5, and then it'll hit twice because of the hitboxes that you're going through, plus the bullets pierce enemies. It gets kind of crazy. The Wombo combo, literally just for vile enemies, just to shred them out really quickly. I haven't tested with the Oh My God, but the Oh My God could also be really good with this because there's also amp that is going and being utilized with this. We'll check that out in just a second. Now, a couple of things with these gear related stuff. I'm using a amp and enrage. The most important thing with this is that the rep kit has 2 charges. It's very helpful because there's a lot of rep kit related interactions that gives a lot of damage related stuff. But amp and enrage, solid all around. Even if you just get enrage, it's fine. You get extra bonus damage with that, but of course this is just the god roll for it, so why not use what you can when you have it. Crit knife is absolutely not necessary, but you can get the penetrator on it. We all know what that does, of course. There's not a lot of crit chance that goes over 30%, but that has been since fixed. The 30% chance for a critical hit for 5 seconds has been fixed recently, so it is fine, but it is not necessary. You can honestly use whatever you'd like, but the knife is good. Knife is good, of course. This one is going to be pretty necessary. There's a couple things that roll on this Scion here that's really necessary. The 5 into Bloodletter, we'll get into that right away. But status effect application chance is huge. We need bleed to apply. That's the most important thing with this. We're using a low-level Guardian Angel. You can see the level 49 on it. However, level 50 isn't much difference. The reason why this is important is because amp, for one, the draining of the shields, but it has low capacity, but also a 0.6 recharge time, so that when you're shooting it, you drain, and then the 0.6 will just make you have max shield again so that your amps will just reapply. So amp on this, we get to amp pretty much most of our shots all of the time. And the Ouroboros here, it makes it so that your order license parts gain 30% chance when firing from maximum charge. So we talked about the Picton earlier. The Picton, when we charge it all the way up, we're just putting 30% more damage on it. So this is highly recommended. However, if you can get stuff with just gun damage, gun crit, totally fine. You can get Jacob's versions, you can get order versions, whichever one is primarily going to be helping you the most. But Ouroboros, if you can find it, absolutely fantastic. But the power shot guns with order, you can find that on purples as well. High caliber, projectile speed, gun damage, bullets pierce enemies. A lot of bosses have multiple hitboxes. Bullets pierce enemies also help with mobbing. Heating up, and also God Killer. God Killer and Heating Up is just preference. If you can find something better that you like a little bit more, you could probably swap those out. Now let's get into the skill trees. This is going to be the non-trouble related version of the build. This is going to be bleed applications. So let's get right into it. Leeching Attunement. While Vex is attuned to kinetics, she gets lifesteal and reload speed. Leadletter, we talked about this earlier from our class mod. This is going to be 10 out of 5. You get a 50% chance on that. Plus you also get an additional 30% chance to apply, so you're getting bleed pretty much all of the time. Material components, also really big with the class mod. You get kinetic damage and kinetic status effect damage. And finally, you get ARS Arcana for 5 points skill damage there. And you top it off with 1 point into Bloodshot. Whenever you use a rep kit, we talked about that earlier, you just get 1 point into Bloodshot for it. ARS Arcana, one thing to talk about it, the skill damage scales bleed. So this is really important to have, that 45%. Let's go ahead and jump on over to the version of the build that is going to be really, really cool to use, Trouble. Now, we have 3 points into Grave Sustenance for missing action skill duration. These are just leftover points. Enchantment, bonus kinetic damage with guns while your action skill is active. Trouble lasts forever and is a tank. Blood is Magic, action skill damage to higher her health. Blood is Magic is also something to talk about. It scales bleed, so this is also very important. Vorpal Fiends, Vex and her minions gain critical hit damage. Trouble counts as a minion. We have Grave Current. Vex's minions gain bonus shock damage. This is actually really helpful for the bosses that have shields, or also badasses that have shields. Trouble gets a lot of good stuff out of that. Infusion, when Vex uses a rep kit, she and her minions gain bonus damage with guns and melee damage. So again, we're using our rep kit pretty often. And when we do, Vex and minions gain bonus damage with guns. 40% is nothing to sneeze at. It's really good. And for our augments here and our capstone, we are using Beast Mode. Press and hold F to command Trouble to enter Beast Mode, becoming immune to damage and gaining increased minion attack speed and movement speed for a duration. You don't really need to use this often. This is just very specific scenarios. Like, for example, with Calyx, with her, she has the explosion suicide psychos that spawn with her. You can use this so that Trouble doesn't immediately die to all 3 of those explosions, just as an example. And finally, the capstone is the one that we're going to be using the most. We'll now mark the target, causing them to take increased gun damage from Vex. Very important. Kill Steal, when a marked enemy is killed, Trouble gains a stack of unsealed for a duration, gaining health regeneration and increased damage. So you can utilize this with both bosses and mobbing very, very effectively. The most important thing about this is that you get 50% against marked targets for gun damage. Super duper important for quick boss kills, and also for mobs so that you can one-shot pretty much everything in the game. For our specializations, we're taking Contamination. Critical hits grant increased status effect application chance, 10% per stack, so that we can get our 80% even higher. We're using In the Zone. While aiming, the Vault Hunter gains increased gun damage and critical hits, so you can aim down sights with your sniper. The best defense, the Vault Hunter gains increased damage dealt based on the fullness of their shield or health. So again, we're getting our shield going up to the top as much as possible because of the 0.6 recharge time. And we're using Riddle You This. Whenever the Vault Hunter gains gun damage, gain a stack of Riddle You This, increasing gun damage. If you want to, you could also use I Am a Gun, which is not too bad. I've taken that one off since, because I just think that the ones that I'm using now are better. But action skill damage now benefits from increases to gun damage, which is fine. Honed Mine is not too bad either, but I highly suggest using these four instead. Contamination is pretty much a necessary. The rest are up to you, but in the zone, best defense and Riddle You This are fantastic. Now, we talked about the shield. Go ahead and take a look at the shield for me while we're going to be shooting our gun. We shoot it, it's gone, it's all the way back up. By the time that the Hot Slugger is reloaded, our shield is already maxed and ready to amp again. So shoot, amp, ready. It's fantastic with just how fast you can make this. And of course, when we were talking about the Picton, you want to be able to charge it all the way up. As you can see, there's that little bar and meter there that you want to use. You shoot, it'll absolutely demolish and explode enemies. You want to make sure that you aim for the crit spots the best you can, but the knife does help out with that if your aim sucks, just like mine. So you have that as your backup. I hope the clips were helpful, and I hope that this build is a lot of fun for you guys as well. Again, make sure to check out the description for the Mobalytics link. This build couldn't be possible without the assistance. So, yeah, I think that's all from me. You guys take care. My name is B Flattened, and I'm signing on out of here. Take care, all. Laters.